Great to be here. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, the gang. Thank you, Anthony. It's really a pleasure. I've made paintings for the last at least 30 years, maybe longer. It's always been part of my practice. These may at first appear to be very different from what I do as a so-called sculptor, but they aren't. Sean was just reminding me of my first show at Regen Projects, in which I had a work called Vein, which was a little hole in the wall with a drip of red stuff flowing down it and flowing back and through, in which I had a work called When I'm Pregnant, which is a big pregnant stomach out of a white wall made in such a way that you can see it, you can't see it. So this idea, if you like, I just named two, but there's so many others. Void works, inner spaces, ritual matter, if you like, that's the thing that I keep coming back to. Not because I want to. I strongly feel I have nothing to say as an artist. I don't want to have anything to say, but I will listen to the work. I will listen to what it says to me and where it pushes me. That's my job. So, I've done, God knows, 35, 40 years of psychoanalysis. I know that that's the method. It's the thing that arises when you're doing this business. Something arises, and it's my job then to listen to it, to look at it, to let it be the guide. So it doesn't come from, I'm interested in this or I'm interested, whatever, who cares? I truly feel that too many colleagues of mine have too much to say. Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. Let's just get to this much more difficult, deep purpose of the artist. To go to what psychoanalysts call the unrecognized known, or some such strange matter that is halfway between what we recognize and what we don't recognize. And it's amazing what occurs and reoccurs in that process. I don't know where the hell from, come across this idea that the interior is central, and inevitably blood and sacrifice are associated with it. With it comes all sorts of strange things, like, for example, the interior is bigger. So you have a thing, it contains that. But if that is in the right state, it's much bigger than the thing that contains it. Philosophically, we know Heidegger and many others have been there. But we know it of ourselves. Close your eyes. Is this me? Kinda. There's another whole other question. So that sense, if you like, of the interior pouring out is partly what's going on here. Of course, it's deeply sexual. It's deeply ritualistic, as I've said. And I feel it's red. So I keep coming back to that all the time. Just to talk about red for a few minutes, to say that red, of course, essentially has to be blood. What else can it be? It flows downwards. It's feminine. It's very rarely male. Men, do this difficult thing. We can murder, we can circumcise, we can hunt. It's the three ways we can make blood. We don't have blood otherwise. We take all those blood gods of the earth, female, all of them, who lived and died, who had a kind of cycle, and we took them and put them up in the sky. So now all the gods are blue, and they don't die, and they don't have blood. Jesus has a little room here, but it's a token of blood, if you like. So from that kind of weird place of reflection, some of it anthropological, some of it perhaps factual, historical, whatever, comes this idea, which is where the title came from these works, blood in the sky. Put blood, if you like, back into that blue space.